1981 is the year of my birth and also the year that MS-DOS or Microsoft Disk Operating Systems was introduced. An operating system is a program that manages all of the applications that run on a computer. It is the most important program that runs on a computer. Basic tasks of an operating system includes recognizing input from the computer, sending output to the display screen, and keeping track of all of the files and directories on a computer. MS-DOS is an operating system that was introduced that was designed for the IBM PC. It is a command line interface that means that the user has to actually key in the commands that it wants to use. MS-DOS was originally written by Tim Patterson with Seattle Computer Products, but later introduced by Microsoft in 1981. The MS-DOS commands are either stored as individual computer programs or in a file called command.com, which usually stores more of the commonly used commands. Such commands are copy, which means copying one or more files to an alternate location, delete, which deletes one or more files, directory, which lists the contents of one or more directory, RD, which removes empty directories, and CD, which changes directories. For example, to view files in a folder in MS-DOS, the user would have to navigate to the folder using the CD command and then list all of the folders or the file names using the directory command. This can be a lot of work. So MS-DOS is no longer in use today. The most commonly used system is Windows OS by Microsoft, where a mouse is used to navigate to the system. And to open a file folder, you simply double click on the folder that you're trying to access. So let's talk about how MS-DOS became to be, or the secret birth of MS-DOS. In 1981, the IBM execs approached Bill Gates, who is known as the founder of Microsoft, to discuss the personal computer and what Microsoft products could do for the IBM PC. Bill Gates gave them a few pointers and suggestions. However, because Microsoft had never written an operating system before, he suggested that they look into the CP/M, which is a control program for microcomputers that was written by Gary Kildall of Digital Research. Kildall at the time had written the most successful operating system, selling over 600,000 copies of the CP/M. He and his wife had actually started their own company called Digital Research. So, when IBM execs went to meet with Gary Kildall to Bill Gates' suggestion, they were actually greeted by his wife, Dorothy Kildall, who they had actually signed a non-disclosure agreement. So here's how the story goes. Gary Kildall had actually left all of his negotiations with his wife, as he's done many times in the past, while he went to deliver software to other manufacturers. So before the IBM execs would give any information or details for their visit, they asked Ms. Kildall to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which she refused to do without her husband's approval. Needless to say, IBM went back to Bill Gates at Microsoft, gave them the contract to write a new operating system. So Tim Patterson of Seattle Computer Products had written a program for their PC called 8086. It's called QS-DOS, the quick and dirty operating system for their Intel 8086 based computer. He had actually bought the manual, the CP/M manual, from Digital Research to write this program, or this operating system. So in July of 1981, Microsoft bought all rights to the DOS from Seattle Computer. Bill Gates then talked IBM into letting Microsoft retain the rights to market the MS-DOS separate from the IBM project. So in conclusion, Bill Gates went on to make millions from the licensing of the MS-DOS. Some say that he even stole the heart of the MS-DOS from Gary Kildall, when in actuality he didn't. He saw an opportunity to make money, he took it, Gates knew how important the operating system is to the functionality of the PC, and he saw that opportunity and he jumped on it. Okay, so the three main operating systems used today are the Windows OS by Microsoft, Mac for Apple computers by Macintosh, and Linux by Linus Torvalds and Company and Partners. And this concludes my presentation on MS-DOS and the birth.